Hey guys, I'm gonna walk you through how to do voodoo flossing to help improve your knee mobility. So if you have a voodoo floss band or another elastic band, we can focus on the areas that you're feeling the most tense. So a lot of times it can be the quad through here, and it can also be the patellar tendon and some of the tissues lower down below the kneecap. So today I'm gonna show you how you can wrap the quad and go through some different mobility techniques while this is on. And I can show you also how you can wrap the bottom part of the knee over the patellar tendon here. So to start first with the quad, we're gonna go a couple inches above or below wherever it feels the most stiff. So a lot of times when you get the quad tendon here, this is where it gets the most stiff. So if we go a couple inches above, that's where we're gonna start the wrap. So I'm gonna start here, and I like to go pretty loose for the first loop, because if you go too tight, it will start to slip and slide. So just go nice and loose for the first time around. And then once you have it around that first time, then we can start to add a little bit of tension on here. So what I do is, wherever it feels the most tight, I'm gonna add 50% stretch over that area. So if this is 100% stretch of the band, we'll do 50%. So 50% over the area that feels the most tight. I'm overlapping 50% or half of the width of the band each time as I work down. So if I'm feeling tight on the top of the thigh, I'm gonna add my stretch over the top, overlapping half the width of the band. Add the stretch again, overlap, and we'll do one more time here, overlapping. To finish this, you're gonna take the tail end of the band, and then we're just gonna tuck it into that last loop that you made. And then that's gonna keep it in place, and it gives you an easy spot to pull on it when you're ready to take it off. Now, when you get this on, it's gonna feel very tight, and you wanna just make sure that you have blood flow below still, so you can push anywhere on the skin, and you'll see that it turns kind of white for a second, and then the blood flow returns. So as long as you still have good color in the leg, you can leave it on. If you start to feel any numbness or tingling or the leg's turning pale, it's time to take it off. So now that it's on, I'm gonna walk you through a couple things that you can do to help improve that knee range of motion. So the first thing is just working on coming down into a squat. This can be really helpful to loosen up any stiff tissues around the knee. You can do 10 to 20 reps of these, or just until it starts to feel a little looser. The next thing you can do is work on coming down into a tall kneeling position like this, and then just sitting back onto the knees. So turn around here so you have a better view. So again, you can come into this tall kneeling position here, work on sitting back towards the heels, and then you can do different directions with this as well. So turning the feet out to bias different tissues in the thigh, and turning the feet in to bias different tissues in the thigh. Another option, if it's feeling really stiff, is if you're sitting, you can always work on just straightening the leg out and then bending it back as far as you can. If you were gonna wrap the lower portion here, so around the patellar tendon and some of these other tissues on the front part of the lower leg, you could again start maybe a couple inches just below the kneecap. Kind of a loose wrap for that first one around. And then 50% tension over the areas that are tight, overlapping half the width of the band as you work down.